As time marches on and new technological advancements are developed, it only makes sense that firearms adopt these modern improvements. As such, we've seen a plethora of 1911 pistols enter the scene, some of which are worth their weight in gold. So today we bring you the top 5 best 1911 pistols for 2023. Number 5. Rock Island Armory 1911, $600. The Rock Island Armory 1911 ready full-size firearm that is perfect for self-defense. What we appreciate most about this gun is that it doesn't rely on a lot of flash or bells and whistles to get the job done. From the word go, the Armory 1911 shoots like a champ. Its accuracy is fatally precise, giving you a very good chance of hitting your target, in this case, an advancing assailant. When you're on the streets or in your home, you don't always have time to make lining up your shot. As such, you want a gun that's well made and capable of hitting what's in front of it. For our money, Rock Island earns it with stellar craftsmanship, simple yet effective construction, and pinpoint accuracy. After all, these are the kinds of attributes you want from a concealed carry pistol. Not only that, but the gun is extremely well balanced. As we stated, you won't find a lot of features on the Armory 1911, only what's needed to provide you with a respectable pistol that knows what its purpose is. The only potential downside we see with this gun is its weight. It clocks in at over 2 pounds, making it a beast of a gun that demands respect. As such, you should at least be proficient with handling a pistol of this size before cutting yourself loose and carrying it concealed. Number 4. Springfield Armory Mil-Spec, $750. Springfield Armory is another solid gun manufacturer that you can always trust to deliver a quality weapon. And in the case of the Mil-Spec, you're getting a classic update to the original 1911 that would do John Moses Browning proud. It's a very nice-looking pistol that is sure to impress anyone who spends the money to invest in it. At 39 ounces, it maintains the same weight you'll see in many other 1911 models. As such, it doesn't have any advantages over others in terms of using it as a concealed carry pistol. You're going to see this as a recurring theme among the best 1911 pistols. Due to the fact that they are mimicking the design of the original, you won't find much deviation in terms of weight and measurements. That said, there are some exceptions that you might want to consider over another for concealed carry. So, design and style aside, what kind of gun are you getting with Springfield Armory's version of the classic 1911? We'll tell you this: it's likely to prove itself as a worthwhile experience for anyone who decides to drop their money on it. From the moment you get this gun in your hands, you can tell there's something special about it. Springfield Armory made sure to use durable stainless steel in the construction of this gun, which means you're investing in a pistol that's built to last. We're really fond of the sturdy build quality of this gun. From top to bottom, it's clear that Springfield Armory was on a mission to produce a pistol with longevity. No parts of it feel cheap or like they were an afterthought. Thankfully, Springfield Armory nailed it here, delivering a worthy successor to the original Browning design. It's got all the right moves in all the right places. Sure, you might spend a little more on this 1911 compared to some of the others out there, but you can bet your bottom dollar that Springfield Armory's version will serve you well. This carries over to shooting as well. When firing the Mil-Spec, you're met with a smooth and clean experience that just feels right. Every component, every action of this gun performs at a high level, ensuring that you're getting a reliable piece of equipment that won't let you down. Its price, you may wonder, best believe is worth it for a gun that is made to stand the test of time. With the right care, there's no reason that the Mil-Spec won't last a lifetime. Number 3. Ruger SR 1911, $1,199. We personally carry a Ruger LCP, so we're pretty fond of the company as a whole. The Ruger SR 1911 is another one of the manufacturer's many good entries into the gun market. But that's not to say that this gun is perfect. On the contrary, there are some aspects we'd like to see fixed, but we included it due to its exceptional accuracy and lasting qualities. You see, Ruger typically makes its guns using the highest quality components and materials, and the SR 1911 is no different. Nearly every part of this gun screams excellence, from its stellar design to its incredible accuracy. We say nearly because we're not the biggest fan of the trigger. The trigger pull is fine, mind you. It's the way that the trigger feels. You don't necessarily need a lot of pressure to fire off a round, but the trigger itself has a soft quality to it that has just a bit too much give for our liking. Anyway, it's really only after shooting it and seeing how remarkably accurate it is that you begin to fully appreciate this pistol. We'd like to think that we have plenty of experience firing handguns. We feel like we're proficient with the gun that we regularly carry, so after spending some time with this one, we realized that we needed more time with this gun than most others. It took us quite a while to get acclimated to shooting this gun, and a large part of that is due to the trigger and the way it responds to being pressed. Not only that, but this is one sweet-looking pistol. If you're the type who appreciates the classic style of firearms, such as those from years ago, we think you're really going to like what Ruger offers here. This is a vintage pistol that has all of the hallmarks of an antique handgun. But when you finally get it in your hands, you will see that it's been upgraded to include the modern advancements that make today's guns so reliable. It's a work of art that deserves praise and is a testament to Ruger's ability to produce high-quality guns. Admittedly, we'd like to see the trigger get some improvements to get rid of the spongy feel it delivers, but other than that, you can look forward to an accurate shooter that ensures you're going to hit your targets. Number 2. Auto Ordnance 1911, $800. The Auto Ordnance model is one of the most affordable 1911s you'll find, but don't let that deter you from giving it a look. In an age where you can pick up an AR-15 for less than $750, it's not surprising then that you can get 1911 for around the same. The original 1911 weapon was designed way back in 1907, but that's not what the Auto Ordnance 1911 mimics. Rather, it is based on the follow-up to the original 1911, which appeared several years later in 1924. Gun enthusiasts will recognize that date as to when the historically famous M1911A1 burst onto the scene. The M1911A1 is well known as the firearm that was predominantly used during the Second World War, as well as in Korea and Vietnam. So with the Auto Ordnance 1911, you're getting a nice update on an old favorite. The company also sells what is an otherwise identical variation of its 1911 pistol, chambered in 9mm. However, the only chambering you could find for 1911 weapons back in the 1920s was 45 ACP, so naturally that's what we're looking at here. It's interesting to note that the 45 ACP cartridge was originally developed by Mr. Browning himself, and it was done so in conjunction with the 1911 weapon. Because the US military wanted a large pistol cartridge that had a heavy bullet, that's precisely what Mr. Browning made for them. Auto Ordnance's 1911 is equipped with a 7-round mag. It's a single-action-only pistol, meaning that unless you have the hammer cocked, this gun won't fire. And if the hammer is down, you won't be able to use the manual thumb safety located on the left side of the frame. The thumb safety serves to physically block the hammer from falling whenever it is engaged. And then aside from thumb safety, there's the grip safety. This is the pivoting lever located underneath your hand when holding 1911. As such, all you need to do to deactivate the grip safety is take a firing grip. The grip safety is designed to physically block the trigger from being pulled. So with all that said, how does the gun handle? Like other Auto Ordnance firearms, its 1911 is a winner. The quality of the construction is excellent through and through. In short, it's a very well-machined pistol, and firing it is even better. For a gun in this price range, you're getting a heck of a bargain. The accuracy of this 1911 model is most impressive, providing you with a stable and precise shooting experience. From slide to frame, we will say that there is some movement that we'd rather not see on guns of this caliber. However, we couldn't find this to cause any issues with shooting, and believe us, we looked. As we already mentioned, the steel frame is machined very well, but because of that, we guess we expected stellar craftsmanship throughout the pistol. If you're like us, these little things tend to irritate more than they probably should. In the end, though, the Auto Ordnance 1911 is a fine example of a modern update on an old classic. The pistol handles really well and has a superb balance to it. As you can see, we're still rather fond of this 1911. We think AO did a remarkable job resurrecting one of the most popular guns of all time. The modern updates are only there to serve as a way to ensure the longevity of the pistol. Everything else harkens back to the original really well. For that, we're quite thankful for the effort AO put into this handgun. Is it the absolute best 1911 you can buy? Definitely not, but for the price and the incredible accuracy it provides, we'd say it's most certainly worth the price of admission. Number 1. Colt 1991 Government, $1,200. Nope, that's not a typo. This is the 1991 version of the classic 1911. It is called such because Colt decided to make some upgrades back in 1991, giving 1911 a facelift of sorts over the original design. Thankfully, the changes that Colt made don't take away anything from the original. Quite the opposite, in fact. The little adjustments Colt made served to give 1991 all of the upgrades a modern gun owner could want. A lot of the time, when a gun company makes upgrades to an existing firearm, they can get carried away with the changes. When this happens, the people who appreciate the original have plenty to say about the changes that took place. We're happy to see that this isn't really the case here. It's worth pointing out that the trigger, recoil spring system, and mainspring housing are all original style parts. Most gun enthusiasts agree that these components don't need any changes anyway, so it's nice to see that Colt left them alone. The upgrades that are present are subtle to be sure, however, they are also meaningful. For example, 3-dot sights have been added to this upgraded gun. As such, they are a lot easier to use compared to the standard GI-style sights found on the original. What's more, you also get a lowered and flared ejection port. This addition increases reliability significantly over the original 1911 design, allowing you to eject a live round much more easily. All of these little additions come together to deliver a worthy update over the original 1911. Colt definitely deserves praise for not getting carried away and adding unnecessary features and add-ons. As a Series 80 style pistol, it comes equipped with a solid match-grade barrel bushing, as well as a firing pin safety. By adding these additions, it's true that 1991 is a bit different from the original. However, they serve to make this gun much safer too. So if you're looking for your very first pistol, whether for self-defense, plinking, or other reasons, you can trust that you're investing in a safe and reliable handgun that will stand the test of time. That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.